You guys, I'm feeling great today. We woke up, we took Ivy to the sitter. I love Ivy. I love Ivy. I love Ivy. I love my daughter. But she is 2. So we took her to the sitter, and then I took a 2-mile walk, just me. I asked Mike if he wanted to go. He said no, thank you, which was a blessing in disguise because there's no way that man would have walked 2 miles with me. And then I got home. I took my time curling my hair. I listened to Taylor Swift that whole entire time on the walk and curling my hair. I'm still on Tortured Poets Department. I'm still on that dang album. I cannot get over it. Can't stop, won't stop, even a year later. And now I'm here to sit down and film, and I am just having a great day, and I am in a great mood. So I thought, what better way to celebrate this great mood than using a whole bunch of products that I don't like and probably giving myself a terrible makeup look, ? I don't know. Hopefully not. Maybe these products will surprise me. But I am fully aware that I am not good about trying products again. If I try a product that I don't like and it doesn't look good on me, it does not make me feel good, I don't want to try it again. I don't want to use it again. And I know that that's not good because especially knowing that I have a YouTube channel where I talk to you guys about makeup that I like and dislike. So if I try something and I don't like it and then I don't try it again, like that's not fair to you guys, the product, me, like anyone involved. So I need to try products more than once. I know that. But I don't like to do it. So I figured today we are going to sit down. Maybe me being in a good mood will help me like these products more. I don't know. So we're going to do not a full face of products that I don't like because that's asking for a disaster. We just have a couple products here that I didn't love the first couple of times I tried it. I want to give them a go again. Now, I fully know that I should be trying this Urban Decay Liquid Shadow again. I tried it in a Trying New Makeup recently. I hated it. I don't think I fully portrayed in that video how much I disliked this because I liked it at first. It looked beautiful, but it wore terribly and it was so uncomfortable the whole entire day. My eyelids were sticking to each other the entire day. It was so uncomfortable. It creased so badly. It was terrible. Terrible. So I know I should try this again, but I just am not emotionally ready to do that. So we're not using this today. I'm actually not going to use any eyeshadow today because I want to go in with a red lip. So I'm just going to do like bronzer into the crease. So we're going to start off, first we're going to start off with some primers that I love, which I know is not the point of this video, but I want to try a foundation that I don't love, obviously. So I'm trying to pair it with some primers that I know and love. So hopefully I like it better this time. So we're just going to go in with the Hourglass Veil Mineral Primer all over my face. This is just my favorite. It's been my favorite for 3 years at this point. I'm just gonna rub this all into the skin all over. Okay, then we're gonna also take the Hourglass Vanish Airbrush Primer, put that into my T-zone. And the foundation in question is the Dior foundation stick. I just was so shocked by how much I did not like this on my skin when I first applied it. It just did not look good. It looked dry, it looked cakey. It was emphasizing my pores so badly. I'm also going to probably try it with a brush. I'm not a foundation brush kind of girl. I don't like them, but I disliked it with the sponge so much that I figured, try it out. I'm like, try something new. You already don't like the foundation. Why not just try it with an application you don't like either and see if that's better? So I'm gonna go ahead and use the beloved BK Beauty 101 brush. Everyone loves this foundation brush on the internet here, so we're going to give it a go again. This, again, is the Dior foundation stick. I have it in the shade 0 in. I just did not like it last time. I did not like it. I did not think it looked good on my skin at all. I'll link that video if you want to check out my first impressions of it. But let's go ahead and start patting it in with the brush. See if I like this more. Nope. I don't. I can already tell. Dang, I just am like so shocked I don't like this. I love Dior foundations. The 2 other ones that I have, I just love. Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? Look how bad that looks on my forehead right there. I know I didn't fully blend it in, but like, no. Okay, nope, okay. We're going to apply a little bit more and use my sponge. I don't think it's gonna help, but we're going to try that out. That was so drying on me. And that's why I don't like foundation brushes. They tend to make the foundations look extra dry on my skin, and that's exactly what that was doing. But I wanted to give it a go anyways, see what I like, or see if I would like it. Yeah, so the sponge just decreases the coverage, which makes sense. It is looking less dry, which is nice, but it's still not looking good. I still don't like this. Dang it, you guys. I'm bummed. I fully thought I was going to love this stick foundation. I thought it was going to be the first stick foundation that I actually liked. I'm just not a stick foundation girly. I think I just need to not try them ever again. I know that sounds dramatic, but clearly I think this is like the 5th one I've tried at this point over the last, I don't know, 6-7 years. Haven't liked any of them. Yeah, this does not look good. It's still emphasizing my pores really badly, even though I did have that pore filling primer on. It's just looking dry on my forehead and my nose again, just like last time, not providing any coverage. Like what? Like where did the coverage go? Where'd it go? It's just like disappearing. Dang, this is a bummer, man. Okay, well, this is still a no-go. Will I try it again? I feel like if you don't like it the second time, with the second application method, and knowing I love those primers so much, they work well for me with pretty much every other foundation I use them with. I don't know. I will say this it didn't wear terribly. The time that I tried it before, it didn't wear like the best. It still broke down on my chin, like this area on my face, which is always where foundation breaks down on me. It held the coverage on the cheeks pretty decent. It still looked dry really everywhere else. So that is such a bummer. Okay, the next product is the Bare Minerals Bare Pro 16-Hour Wear All Over Skin Perfecting Matte Concealer. I don't remember like really hating this, disliking it too much, but I really don't remember my thoughts on it. I actually remember it being pretty drying on me. So we're going to go ahead and put some on my under eyes, and we are going to try to help this coverage on my skin. Put some down here. We're going to blend this in. I do remember this having good coverage, which is nice. Not the perfect shade match for me. This is Fair 100 Cool. I have no idea how they think this is cool. This is orange as orange could be. But it is providing the coverage down here that I prefer when it comes to my lower cheeks. I don't really care about coverage here because I'm going to end up adding bronzer and blush, but down here, that's where a lot of my redness peeks throughout the day. So I like to keep that pretty coveraged, well coveraged. All right, let's blend it on my under eyes. We're going to bring it up onto the lid as well, just to even everything out. Yeah, it's looking kind of dry, which makes sense. It's a matte concealer. Ooh, my base is looking rough. I'm glad we don't have plans. We thought about taking Ivy out to dinner tonight because we just don't we have meals planned for the week for like the weekend coming up, but we just didn't really want them to be honest. But she always gets kind of crazy after the babysitter, just because I think she's just so overstimulated all day, probably because she's constantly playing with friends, and you know, I don't know how well she sleeps there as well, so she's usually kind of wild after the babysitter. So I think we nixed that, which I'm actually glad about because I don't know if I'd want to go out in this foundation. I'm sure it'll be fine by the end of it, but except for a bronzer, this is one that I again don't hate, but I don't remember liking it very much. So it's a Makeup by Mario. This is his Soft Scalp Bronzing and Shaping Serum, and this I have the shade Light. Let's go ahead and just stripe it on my face. I don't know if I think I have tried this before, but this is a really thin serum-like consistency, which it ends up blending in fine. The thing I don't love about this is it just kind of like disappears throughout the day. It doesn't really stay on my skin very well. I like how it looks. Like it's a pretty sheer wash of color, which I do enjoy. That way I don't go like too overboard with it. But yeah, I feel like I remember it fading pretty badly throughout the day. And it's like if I'm going to take the time to put on a liquid or cream bronzer, I want it to like last throughout the day and not fade away. So I think it's just the consistency of it, the fact that it's like a serum-y sort of consistency. I think that it's meant to be a lighter coverage, almost barely there, no makeup look sort of thing, which isn't really my vibe. But I bought it because I wanted a more sheer product. Like I like that aspect of it, but it's like almost like too sheer where it disappears. It just fades throughout the day, I guess that's what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to like spit out that it fades throughout the day, and I don't love that. Like right now it looks fine, and it'll look fine for a while. And I am going to put a powder bronzer on top, so maybe it will end up being fine, but it's just like, I don't know, disappears throughout the day. So still not a favorite. Not the worst product ever, but Not a fave. I haven't even talked about this next product on a YouTube video before because the one time I tried it was off camera and I disliked it so much. But we're going to try it again here today. First time for you guys, second time for me. This is from Tarte. I picked up their creaseless setting powder in the shade Pink. The reason why I picked this up is because Teresa is Dead was raving about this powder a couple months ago, and her and I are pretty similar. We're both very fair. We both have dry skin, and she was saying that she loved it so much because it's super blurring and it's not drying on her and all of the above. So I picked it up on sale. Thank goodness I got it on sale on Tarte's website, because the one time I tried this, you guys, it was bad. It oxidized my under eyes. It oxidized my whole face, but especially my under eyes so much. Also, it's not blurring at all on me, and it's very, very drying, which my face already looks kind of dry from that foundation stick. So we will see how this goes. It does have this little tiny baby puff, which is adorable. I did try it out. I'm not going to use it today, but that's cute. It just comes like this. It has a sifter, and it is a pretty pink powder. Oh, so I totally lied to you guys in my last trying new makeup video, because I told you I had not tried a pink powder when I tried that Kosas one, and this is pink. So I'm so sorry. I unintentionally lied to you guys. I did not realize. I forgot. Honestly, I forgot about this powder. So I got some on my little puffy. We're going to get these creases out. So that is one thing about this concealer. It creases very badly. I mean, I have pretty bad creases on my eyes, so I'm not that upset about it because that is normal for me. But if you are someone who just despises creasing, you know, keep that in mind. This concealer seems to crease pretty bad. Apply this on my under eyes. Like, look how much it oxidizes. It like darkens it so much. The first time I wore it, I was like, oh my gosh, what in the world? Maybe it doesn't look that intense on camera, but really in person, like, it really darkened it quite a few shades, which is just not really my cup of tea. I don't love that. I'd rather a powder just not really change the look of my concealer, I mean. And it's also looking kind of dry on my under eyes. They already were looking dry from that concealer, so keep that in mind. But we're going to use it on my T-zone as well. I think it's looking more blurring this time than the first time I used it, but mainly that's because this Dior foundation stick is really enhancing my pores. So it makes sense that the powder is tamping my pores down and making them look blurred, when I don't think this is necessarily a super blurring powder. It's just because of what's under it that's making it look better. I was already looking very pory, so I think any powder would have helped make it look less pory. I don't know. It's not looking as terrible as last time. I will say that. Let me go ahead and set the rest of my face with it with my big fluffy brush. Yeah, look, it barely looks like I even have any bronzer on right now. This is a really, really finely milled powder, so that is something I do like about it. It's finely milled, it's thin on the skin. It doesn't feel like thick and cakey, or like, does it feel drying? I kind of do feel like it feels drying, so I feel like I'm lying to you in that sense. Like, it definitely is drying, but it is a very thin powder. Yeah, the bronzer is like pretty much completely gone after I set it down with powder. Yeah, I don't know. It's looking better. It's looking better than the first time I used it. This is why I need to try products more than once. This is a perfect example right here. So this isn't looking as bad as the first time I tried it. Obviously, you guys did not know what it looked like. I tried it off of camera, but take my word for it. It is looking better. It didn't make my forehead or my nose look any more dry than it already did from the foundation. It did set my face down. It doesn't feel tacky at all. It helped a little bit with the blurring, but I explained why I thought that was the case. I will definitely keep giving this a go. It's not like the miracle wonderful powder that I was kind of hoping and expecting from, you know, different reviews I saw, but it's not terrible. I don't know if I should even be trying this next product again, because I am unsure if it's still available. This was a holiday launch from NARS that their launches, you know, are usually limited edition. I don't know if it's even still available. And since this launch, they have launched other face palettes that are like a quad, and those are getting really good reviews. A lot of people are loving them. So I got burned by this one, so I'm not going to pick up one of those. Also, I don't need another face palette, but this one right here from their holiday launch, I didn't love. I'm going to give it a go again, obviously today, but this is their Pure Luxury Light Reflecting Cheek and Eye Palette. We're going to use all of them. We're going to start off with the bronzer right here. I remember this being a really warm bronzer, so I prefer a little bit more neutrally of a bronzer on my skin and my tone, but I mean, that's not looking terrible. I think the bronzer and the highlight were two things I didn't like totally dislike. I actually really like this highlight, to be honest. But it was the blushes that were pretty disappointing to me. There's 3 in here. Sorry, I didn't even show you the inside of the palette. There are 3 blushes here, and they all look pretty much the same on my cheeks, which is a bummer because there are 3 different blushes. Yeah, okay, this bronzer is not bad. It's a little warm for my liking, but it has a little bit of glow to it, which I do enjoy. Okay, our trash truck just went by, so I had to pause the filming for a minute because it is very loud. So I did a couple things off of camera. I just ran that bronzer along my crease for an eyeshadow sort of look, and I did also contour at my nose with it. And then I used my typical e.l.f. Wow Brow and my Clio Kill Lash Super Proof mascara. So let's move on to the highlight in here. I actually really do love the highlight in here. It is beautiful. It's got a little hint of a pinky tone to it, which is just really nice. It's subtle too. You can build it, but it is more on the subtle side, which I am into these days when it comes to highlight. And this is really beautiful. Would I ever tell you to go buy a whole face palette just for the highlight? No. And like I said, I don't even know if it's available anymore, but it is still really, it's a good one. We are going to use it as my inner corner highlight as well. We're just going to pop that on here. Yeah, you can see, I think you can see, especially on my inner corner, it does have like a pinky shift, which is just lovely. I love a highlight like that. And then the blushes are really where it is disappointing for me. They all are different, especially swatched out, but on the cheeks, especially these two, the 2 more matte ones, hello, they're like exactly the same. This one is a little different because it's more shiny and like pink, but I don't know, guys. Since the 2 more matte ones, they're not matte. They still have a little bit of glow to them, but just not as much as this one. Since these 2 are pretty similar, we're just going to bop back and forth between the 2 and use both of them. And put that on my cheeks. Again, a little bit more on the sheer side. You have to build them up. Not the end of the world, but I don't know. Just don't love this formulation. And then we are going to bop into that more pinky one too. And apply that on top of it all. Why not? Add a little glow. And I feel like this is a glow that's almost emphasizing. Like I do have a zit here, which can definitely see now that I put like the highlight and the glowy blush on it. But even like my cheeks and my pores, granted, they're not looking that great right now from the base products, but even those just feel a little emphasized, a little dry. They just don't look good. And I don't think that these blushes are helping, you know? They're pretty. They can get you a pretty blush look. I just don't think it's worth the money if it's still available. If it isn't, then I guess disregard everything I just said in the last couple of minutes of my video. Okay, I think the last product I want to try here today for you guys is the Clarins Lip Oil. This is their, I think just their lip oil, Water Lip Stain. And this I have the shade, oh no, isn't it on here? Shoot. 03 is what I'm seeing. I don't remember the exact shade name, but it's 03 and it's like the more red one. This is another one that I tried off of camera. I tried it pretty much immediately after I bought it. I came home and tried it out and it was very patchy on my lips. It looked fine on my upper lips, but it was really patchy on my bottom lip. So we're just going to try it out. It is super liquidy, watery sort of consistency like it says. I'm not going to use lip liner. Maybe I should, but I'm not. I did go ahead and try to wipe off as much of the little bit of chapstick I had on. So yeah, comes with a brush like this. I'm just gonna brush it on and see what happens. It's a really cooling sensation, probably because it's so like liquidy and wet. This brush makes it kind of hard to be precise, to be honest, because the bristles are like moving all around. I'll let that dry for a little bit. I was trying to like top it with my fingers too last time I used it because I wanted it to be more of like, maybe that's what's doing it because now it's making the upper part patchy. Okay, I'm not gonna touch it with my fingers. I feel like that is definitely helping it patch, which I obviously do not want. I'll let that dry for a second. And then I'm gonna wipe it off because I don't want it this intense. Gonna blot it off. Yeah, see? Cool. This time it's patchy on the top and not on the bottom. Okay. What the heck? What am I doing wrong here, guys? Look at that. That looks terrible. That looks terrible. Okay. Do you see that? Oh my gosh. Okay, we're gonna try again. I'm gonna put another layer on. Is it even patchy on the bottom too? We're gonna try another layer. Maybe I'm doing it wrong, but I can't imagine I am. I mean, this is how you apply a lip stain, and then you let it dry, and then you wipe it off, right? Maybe I shouldn't wipe it off, but I don't want it that intense. That's why I was trying to wipe some of it off. Yeah, I'm going to blot it off again because I don't want it this intense and it's going to go patchy. What the heck? Okay. Ah, that is so annoying. That was so annoying. This Clarins lip oil is going to put me in a bad mood. I'm just kidding. Yeah, okay, I don't like this, but I will say I'm going to show you a product that I do love instead. This is from Violet FR, I believe is the brand. This is their Bisou Balm Sheer Matte Lipstick. I picked up the shade Bonbon Cocoa, I don't know. I'm going to put it up on the screen. It's like a red, warm red sheer red or something like that. I had a subscriber on one of my videos when I was talking about the Clarins lip oil and wanting like a popsicle-y sheer sort of stain on my lips. Like this is the vibe I'm going for, just like not patchy. When I said that that's like the vibe I was going for, a subscriber commented saying that I should try out these lipsticks, that this formulation she thinks is what I'm kind of looking for. So I picked this one up. You guys, this is stunning. This is stunning. So it is like a matte sheer lipstick. Lip balm. It's not, I wouldn't say it's a lip balm. I mean, it calls itself a lip balm. Well, it says sheer matte lipstick, but it's called Bisou Balm. I wouldn't say it's balmy at all. It's really not, but it's not drying. And upon that swatch, it looks sheer, it looks patchy, it looks rough. Okay, this is not a good swatch. However, on the lips, it is stunning. Obviously, you're going to have some of this underneath to kind of sway how it looks, but I'm hoping this will help this situation going on. So we're going to apply this. Okay, yeah, it's still patchy. Hold on, I'm gonna go try to take off the Clarins altogether. I'll be right back. Okay, this was the best I could do without completely rubbing my lips raw. They feel pretty raw right now. So we're gonna reapply the Violet FR Bisou Lip Balm to kind of try to show you what it looks like on its own. I do know my lips are still a little bit tiny stained from the Clarins, but hopefully this will give you a more accurate representation of this product because it is stunning. It's just the most sheer wash of color. It's like bright and red and poppy without being too wham bam in your face. This is exactly what I was wanting. I am so grateful to that commenter who suggested I pick this up because this is exactly what I want. It's matte, so it's going to wear well. I don't like shiny red lips. It's personal preference. So it's matte. It is more on the sheer side, more subdued, more subtle, but it still has that pop of red. It still has that color that I'm wanting that's a little bit more wearable. It's not drying. And honestly, it feels like I've got nothing on my lips. My lips are uncomfortable right now from scrubbing them clean. But other than that, it feels like I have nothing on. It's almost a little powdery, but not in like a drying way. It is completely matte, like you can see, but it's not emphasizing. I wouldn't say it's hiding the lines of my lips, but it's not emphasizing them and making them look worse. I love this. It looks like I stained my lips. Like I applied a stain and wiped it off, and that's what I wanted. And then if I did want to add a gloss or something on top of it to make it a little bit shinier, I have that option. But I love this. I love this so much. I think it's beautiful. You can keep adding more if you do want it to be a little bit more pigmented. You can put even more sheer of a wash on than this. I'm loving this. To the subscriber who commented that I try this, if you're watching this video, thank you. I did already thank you in a comment. I was like, thank you so much. This is exactly what I was looking for. So, but thank you again because I love this. I love this. So this is not a product that I wanted to try because I didn't like, but that clearance, you guys saw how patchy that was. If you have any suggestions on how I could still use this and it not get patchy on me, let me know. Maybe it's just the pH in my lips that it's just not agreeing with. If you have any suggestions or helpful tips on how to apply this to make it not patchy, please let me know down below because I want to make this work for me. The color's beautiful. I like that. I like the watery formulation of it. Like I like a lot of things about this, but you saw, I'm not going out with patchy lips like that. All right, and last but not least, this is not a product that I don't like. I actually love this setting spray so much, but because my face is looking a little on the dry side, I'm gonna go ahead and spray this, the Cali Ray Surf Proof Setting Spray. This is so good. It's hydrating and adds a little glow to your skin, but not oily and greasy at all, and it really does help your makeup wear a nice long amount of time. So I will say the magic to the setting spray, in my opinion, is to do this and set it down, like pat it out lightly with a sponge after you spray it. It just helps it melt into the skin so much more, enhances that glow. All right, guys, and that's an almost full face of products that I don't like, that I wanted to give another go again to see if I still don't like them. Overall, it's not terrible, it's doable. If for some reason we did decide to take Ivy out to dinner tonight, I would feel fine wearing this, like from far away, it looks fine. And that's a tip slash advice from me to you. If for some reason you think you're having an absolute terrible makeup day, you hate your makeup, you hate how it looks, chances are from the distance that most people are going to be seeing you at, it's going to look fine to them. So try not to stress out too much about a bad makeup day. I mean, I've been there. Trust me, I get it. I've been where I put my makeup on and I'm like, this looks horrendous. I need to take it off, but I don't have the time or the energy, or I'm just not going to. But for the most part, it's probably fine. Let me know down below, have you tried any of these products? Do you dislike them like I do? Are they your favorites? I love hearing from you guys down below in the comments. If you made it to the end of this video, thank you so much. You're awesome. I love you. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you have not yet, and hope to see you in my next video. Bye, guys.